Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 9:46 on Monday night. Back with a couple for tomorrow. When I took the corner yesterday, with a picturesque view down towards the Killarney races, I met several Jarvies coming, all loaded with people, and I have a horse that I think would fit that bill, fit that category very, very well. The horse's name is Dream Casing. That's what he's put out for. There was one other horse in the last year, was Fox Labelle. I called it the pig of pigs, but this definitely is a close second, if not equal to it. Does not want to win, does not want to run, doesn't want to do nothing at all. Mightn't be able to pull one of them carts down in Killarney, but desperately disappointed. But that's the end of him for sure. Shababe, money for it. I think there's 12s and 6s. There'll be a day in that, but it wasn't today. The same with Aha Moment. Not too busy on that. And Flying Scotsman can't jump. Mention of Killarney, it's a great neck of the woods altogether. I absolutely love Killarney and Listowel, the races, their settings and the track. The layout of them, they're really good. Going down yesterday, going through a deer yesterday morning, it was absolutely packed. Every car spot on both sides of the street. There's no trace of a Ukrainian or a refugee or an asylum seeker. There's no pubs closed. There's no doors closed. There's no shops closed. There's no houses closed. It's all money down there. A license to print money if you have a business, as far as I can see anyway. Very well looked after, flowers everywhere. Sun was shining. It was absolutely brilliant. And on to Newcastle West, something similar. There wouldn't be as many flowers, it wouldn't be as busy. But not too many shops closed, like all in the west of Ireland and the Midlands, when you drive through them, at the northwest. Half the towns are closed, not down south. I just say, an old fellow used to say to me years ago, they're living down there and we're existing up in this neck of the woods. Going into Killarney as well. The minute you pack across the borderline into the roads, no potholes, no bangers, no cars failing the NCTs down there, I'll tell you. They're all money, as far as I can see. Seen in the car park as well. There was a fella walking out along with me and I said, look around you. There was nothing, all from 18 up and 20 and 22, 23, all top models as well. But fair play to them anyway. They work hard for it, I suppose. A few I met yesterday. Conor Casey from Mallow. Met Hugo Hughes, the bookie. He said his wife, or the woman in his life, and I said wife or partner, but anyway, the love of his life, watches the channel every night, and that's she that located it first, and he took a photograph and sent it on to her. So she's officially very welcome on the bus, and she can take one of those recliners up near the top. But Hugo, I think we'll have to leave him in with the luggage for a while, but we'll give one concession. We'll give him a little wooden stool that he can sit down on. No cushion on it yet now, but not a bad fella, all right. But we'll just have to monitor him a bit for a while before we can officially let him on the bus. A shout out as well to Tony and Liz. They were eating out when I was chatting them outside. It was that sort of a day. And I met them again in later Sherwoods, and we had a chat. A very good chat, in fact. Lovely couple. I'd say they were some crack in their heyday. But the guy from Waterford as well, I met him last year. I can't remember his first name. Met him yesterday and I said we'd meet again in August when I'll be down on with the camper van. Racing, or that's the end of the last week in August. Anyway, there's a couple tomorrow. It was difficult enough to find something for tomorrow. There's a horse there in the 325 at Newcastle. He's an each way bet at 5-1. Marshalled. It used to be with Pádraig Roach here in Ireland, and they just sent them off then to further their careers with Ben Haslam, and he gets results out of them. But if you look back at this horse, it needs good ground. Even though it won in Clonmel 93, when it won in of 113 in 2021 in Gordon Park, it was on good ground, 2.5 mile. It won off 102 over hurls in Punchestown, good ground. Oh, I know O'Connor was on it. But one of his best runs there over fences was behind Hurricane Darwin. It was a 3 mile. It was raced 117 that day. That was in only last October. Then the 2 runs it had, it unseated the Chase, but it was soft ground behind Seddon. Sent it over to England then. Midland the first time on good ground. It's only beaten 12 lengths, but that was only a sightseer. Heavy ground then, it's only beaten 10 lengths, but the last day the money came for it was 18s into 11-2. He's a bit slow at some of the jumps, but the ground was against him, but he stayed on, and he was only beaten about a length in the finish. But the money was down the last day. The noses are racing, this fella. Jack Hogan was on him the last day, and Richie McLaren is back tomorrow.
Fast as they go towards
That's him
the
in
top
5th
of the hill,
place.
and it's Touch Kick in front for Bruce Lynn, leading by about 2.5 to Fulgarix, racing in second. Road Warrior is next, then Spot on Soap and the improving Marshalled. It looks like it's going to rest between these 5. They've kicked clear of Getaway Love behind them in 6th, and then Max Sivner trying to stay on. Down the straight they come towards the second last, and the download the Vickers.bet app handicap stakes. And on the inside, Touch Kick has now been joined by Fulgarix between horses, and Spot on Soap in the centre in similar colours. Fulgarix has got wide about the face between horses. Spot on Soap to the near side. On the inside is Touch Kick. Marshalled is through for 4th. Down the hill they come back towards the final fence. And up front, Touch Kick being driven along. Fulgarix still right there between horses. Spot on Soap to the near side. And Marshalled is still coming back in 4th. Down towards the final fence, and Touch Kick on the far side. Fulgarix towards the near side. Marshalled has now taken 3rd. Good jump needed here. They both get one. Near side, Fulgarix, the far side, Touch Kick. They settle down to battle it out up the hill. Fulgarix and Touch Kick absolutely locked together. Fulgarix just to Touch Kick. Running on in 3rd was Marshalled. There was...
If he had made his run down the right-hand side the whole way, it might have been a different story. He didn't go up, Anthony. He's still rated 116, isn't he? Yeah, but he's given a lot of weight away. He was getting £5 that from the claimer, but there's one at the bottom. He won well enough the last year. Ribeye, people might remember him. It was Tommy Dawson that lost his Ireton's coming up. He was like John Wayne in the last couple of 100 yards. But he's the danger. That's why if he's 5-1, go each way on this horse. And the danger is the bottom one. He only went up £4 for that win. Without Ribeye, he's a 7-2 shot, like, so I think it's between top and bottom. So then I'll see. The 425 at Chepstow. There's a 6-runner, 3-year-old race, and there's Mick Appleby has the second favourite there, but he hasn't had a winner. He's 0 for 30, I think, recently. 0 for 36 in the last 14 days. There was a couple of excuses about a couple of them, but I thought the Way to Amarillo. They got the name probably out of, it's by Shala la 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 la. Tony Christie, wasn't it? But now this is sort of guesswork, because a lot of them you see it's the first time out this year. But when he ran in Wolverhampton there last November, he was second to Embrace. And Brace hosed up actually that day, but he's rated 96 now. But then he went, they sent him over to France, to Deauville, for a maiden. They picked up 17,000 euros for that. But it sort of done it well enough, I thought. I think that track tomorrow.
Very closely.
That's him with the blue and white on the outside there.
Kicked up on the outside now is Way To Amarillo, and the favourite Way To Amarillo has now gone to the lead. Being chased on the wide outside now by Lady Roche, who's finishing well. Way To Amarillo is hard ridden, bursting through behind is Montauk Point. Way To Amarillo, Montauk Point is finishing well, but Way To Amarillo has done enough from Montauk Point.
It's hard to know what he bet there as such, but it's good to soft tomorrow. I thought the track would suit, that he'd gallop on like that. And Archie Watson has a decent enough, about 20% overall strike rate in Chepstow. And it's his only runner there tomorrow. Holly Dial, has the 20% strike rate for Archie Watson. We'll see what Archie is doing in. 12 runners, 2 wins and 3. So that's not too bad. Like, it's pretty. He's only the one. And Killarney. Killarney tomorrow evening is a 2 mile, nearly 1 furlong race. But a horse that we backed the last day in Sligo probably wasn't fair enough for him that day. I said that day that he needs to step up and trip. That was 1 mile 5, so this is three furlongs, nearly half a mile longer. But considering that he was rated 115, take 40 off that to be 75, he could be well handicapped. He looked like he'd win it that day on the turn for home. But he just was outdone by another former Moy Blair stud.
As they head for the straight.
Horse.
Lariat on the inside, Calmira, Grappa, Nonino with the nose bend on the outside, Joe Montrax, some Eldorado Rock is scrubbed along, Mythical Times is trying to make headway, tightly grouped as they make the turn for home. Lariat, Grappa, Nonino, Mythical Times, wider still, Nostra Casa and the extreme right is 5 zeros as they head onto the furlong pole. Grappa Nonino comes to tackle Lariat. Out in the centre of the course is Nostra Casa, but inside the final furlong, Nostra Casa has come through to take over from in second Grappa Nonino as they go to the line. Nostra Casa driven out by Robert Birchie will win from Grappa.
He's a pure galloper, that fella. He's no turn of foot like the one that passed him out there. Probably the danger would be there's a lot of dangers. There's another horse that won for us last year, Barometer, didn't run too bad lately. Rich Belief. It's funny that just be always with Carol Thornton, and it won for him before, and then they switched yards the last time, went to Shane Crawley, and it won, and it's going straight back again. So I don't know what's that about. There's a bit of money for that one in the last hour, because he wasn't with Crawley before. He was with James Bethel in England. Like, he's a decent old nag, and he's only 6. You'd be hoping that this might, if he doesn't win tomorrow, he can forget about it. He's 11-4, 5-2. There's money for the other one now, Rich Belief. I didn't realise that Stealthy Tom had run out. He was 3-1 today. At 6-4. I was saying people had probably spotted. I didn't realise that he'd go to that price. He just held on by a nose. He got me a few pounds. It's only a few pounds I won today. That's about it. I was just looking at the comments there. I went at them, and I see, because I got a couple of messages today from a couple that follow the channel that says, what was going on with Christina? I don't know. I didn't read the comments yesterday, so I don't know what was going on. I did send her an email a while ago, but she said that she doesn't feel well enough to discuss anything. But I don't know what went on, because it doesn't do my health any good to be trying to sift and sort out stuff either. So will you please cop on? And for newcomers to the bus, Christina suffers from epileptic fits, and my health as well with confrontation, it doesn't do me any good at all. I don't need this hassle at all. So will you sort it among yourselves and just leave a comment and don't answer each other back, right? I've no time for that, and I don't mean to be short about it, but this is what I'm doing as best I can. But the playground stuff isn't for me. Bash the bookies, over and out.